let's jump into looking at some pairs. These I talked about earlier about gold. It finally broke outside of that channel. We're looking forward to form this double bottom, this retest back to this neckline, which is going to be close to here. So I'm assuming it's coming back to this area here. And when it does, it'll continue upwards. That is ideal of what it was to do. If you look at the monthly or the weekly, the week of the 21st of October, and headed engulfing the next week prior. This is the current week we're in now, and it's looking pretty bullish. So we should be in a good position to finally break outside of this channel of this trend that we were previously in. We're just looking for the proper pair to show up to give us our double bottom. As you can see on the lower time frame, you probably see a lot better on the 4 hour. You got two. We test back to this neckline. It's the ideal to take this buy. And this is on the hour, so everything is looking a lot thicker or a lot bigger on the lower time periods, but everything is still the same on the daily. We had 3 pins to the low, and then it finally broke outside of here. And the best time when it got it to get into this pair would have been when we tested it back to this channel, which if we'd have called it either day, we'd have called it the 7th or today, the 8th, we've been in some good, and it was here for a minute too. So it was here for, it looks like, a couple hours. Came here the day before, and then it came back here again before it finally broke out. So you had plenty of time to get into this pair if you're watching the chart. What else we got? Like we talked about for NJ, NJ's been still doing this dumb thing. Let me change something real quick. I think I still have the emitting thing on. So let's change that setting. No more waiting room. Yeah, I don't do waiting rooms. We talked about this for a while. How this has been keeping this level just pretty strong structure. Even though the structure is actually just an arrow of us going up, it turned into a pretty strong structure. It's weird. But it keeps coming to this level and it comes back here, weeks it a bunch of times, and it keeps dropping off of it. So currently there is sales for this one because it's staying in this proper channel. Like we could almost extend this over if we wanted to say that it's still just consolidating. Because all it's been doing is consolidating this area for literally months, since back in March. A couple of breakouts every once in a while to kind of like harass people to take the sale, and then it comes back into here, consolidates again for a long period of time. So pretty atrocious here. What up, Strauss?
Yo, what up, bro?
Chilling. We talked about GA also. GA jumping down. We talked about having to retest that neckline. This is not a neckline retest. I wouldn't take it. Maybe possibly because you would assume this would be a neckline here, which it broke already, and then it came back to this neckline also. So if we're looking at taking this to the sale, maybe it wouldn't be a bad sale for here, especially since of where it's at. I'm looking at RSIs. RSI is not giving me anything that's telling me I want to take it. Only thing we see here is this double top retest, and then we're expecting a drop here, but there's nothing I'm seeing that's coming up yet that's like makes me want to pull this trigger. Only thing that's telling me I want to pull the trigger is because it's giving me the pattern of the pair that I'm seeing. It's engulfed on a weekly again. That's pretty good. Retesting the 50% possibly of this. It did. It actually hit it directly on the 50%. This might be a good time for people to get into this sale for this GA. What you thinking, Strauss? This is your pair.
So I fibbed up that last little drop is right at the 50 right now. Is looking prime. If you
This
drop to the hour, it's looking like it's I want to see if it's going to break the most recent high that it's set. If it breaks that, or if it holds short, it'd be perfect for a double top to continue on down.
yeah, indecision here at this time period.
Hmm.
Indecision here. Everything's slowing down here, so this might be a drop. It's coming.
Yeah,
Because everything is
and
showing, your wicks are showing, all the candles are showing you something about to happen. We had indecision here that finally gave the reversal. We had indecision, probably find a little bit indecision here that gave this drop. A lot of indecisions that give drops. So we're just looking for a candle something like this would have been perfect for this finally to drop. Like they tried to do it with a strong wick, came
Yeah.
back down, they tried to drop here, and then people weren't ready to let it go. So it's just trying to like either collect right now or trying to like force it down. But it's coming. It's just when.
And the biggest thing is outside of its time right now. Like normally 3 a.m., 4 a.m. for us is normally when it starts setting up to make the move for the day.
Yeah.
In fact, I didn't check it to see if it was any news.
See this news coming up, but it's not today. It looks like it's gonna be on a Friday. There's GDP growth rate on 11th, and then there's AUD has a RBA meeting minutes for the 15th, which is next week. So like I said, this is it's getting there. If
It's
you
right at the neckline. I don't think it's gonna hold on to next week
yeah,
unless it just continues to build.
if you have the what's the name, this is the only pair you probably test with, and you want to get in like a nice lot, this would be a good pair to get into. But I wouldn't try to put yourself into you gotta work. We gotta worry about the spike here. If it spikes up and throws you a wick like something like this, can you hold it? Can you withstand this drawdown from here to probably here? Honestly, even here, if you try to come in here, can you withstand that drawdown? That's the question that you're having for yourself. So
Another good one I was looking at is a UCAT. It set up a head and shoulders and it just broke the neckline. Waiting to see if it's gonna have a retest.
okay, I have to look at it. Which remind me probably. GN. So we told you head and shoulder, form, breakout, retest. Right now it's retested. I'm gonna tell you right now, when it's retest, it's gonna be a wick. So it's gonna throw a strong wick to it, retest, probably within an hour, and it's gonna drop. So if you want to throw in a sell stop at this neckline, it's the best thing to do at that 1.94484 area. If not, you can try to watch it, but I'm not watching it. I'll probably just throw what's name at it. If it never comes back up to here, I don't care. If it comes up here, wicks it, and then drops, I get my money. All I'm looking for is something similar to this, but reversed. If it throws a strong one here and I catch it at the neckline, but it comes a little bit above, I'm gonna have enough money in my account to deal with the drawdown, and then it'll just drop. I'm not gonna over leverage it too much. I'm gonna let it come up, and once I'm in the green, I'll put my stops in profit and let it keep dropping because this is gonna drop and listen to here, which is we gotta remember this is on an hour, and on the hour and GM moves a lot. So we talk about 1,000 pips basically. 985. We ain't gotta do too much to it. If I'm trying to catch 0.01, I'm still making $98. If I put it at 0.1, I'm making 900 something. So be mindful of what you're doing with your lot sizes. Don't let this one hit you. If it comes up, you're down 500 or $50. So that's what I'm saying. You can be mindful of what you're doing with your lots. Hey, $50 is a good drawdown to make you 90 something. Anywhere else in the world, it's not a bad ratio. Almost like was it 2 to 3? US 30 finally broke outside this neckline. It was a lot stronger when I saw it earlier today. So I was worried when it broke out of here that it might not come back. I'm not even gonna lie. When I saw it broke out, it was like all the way up to here. I was like, oh, this might be gone. It's on the daily, which means really good for the weekly. If you see that what it did on the weekly, you see that it's trying to do it in golfing. We got 2 more days. If this engulfs here, we're going back into a green market, and it's already broke outside that channel, which means our trend is about to reverse. That's what these give us here. These channels gives us where we can see for our trend. So I know my trend now is above here, which means that we're finally outside of this whole downward market. We're about to reverse. You see, they give you a double bottom here. It's probably gonna have to retest this neckline at some point, which it did here, but it wasn't a really strong one. It'll probably come back here at this level and retest it again. Not even gonna lie, but it's gonna do it not currently. It's gonna do it a little bit later. So play around for a couple of days, and then it'll come down here somehow, just like something like this. It'll come up, drop, and then come right back out of it. And people probably freak out for those days, but it will be nothing but a retest. Hey man, we finally got inside that channel. You know, that's what I'm saying. And the crazy thing is, I made my money off of here too. I made money off this drop for this retest, and then I saw it. And I was like, oh, this is gonna be a buy. This is about to reverse. That's when we got out of it, and then we told you about to get out of this trade that day, and then boom, it came up right after that. Finally, Euro USD is finally shooting up. We've been trying to get this thing to come up for what? For a minute now. So since September, finally made a decision to finally break above this. Gave us a nice one. What we're looking for now is what? There's retest back to this area finally, and then finally the reverse to push up to this level, and then that level, and then a level above. So we don't expect this to come back down to this level again. If it does, I feel bad for that market. It ain't gonna be worth nothing. Ooh, Tesla's having a bad day. I don't know why. They just bought Twitter, didn't they? So I guess people are too happy about what he's doing with Twitter and firing all his employees.
Yeah, he tearing them up right now.
Hey, that's what I'll be doing too. Petty, King Petty. Okay, look, our thing is still going to fruition. So we still have our flags, but we come in here. We see that hey, try to come above here. It didn't break it. Actually came right back inside of here, threw a wick out of it. And hopefully this comes down and drops it. I think Zay threw some charts in there in the chart in one of the chats about this exact same markup. Reason why this is not supposed to reverse is because it's not following the same one. So if this was the same, I cloned this and it looks the exact same, then this would be, we're talking about having that push up. But since it's doing this fall off like it's doing here, it's losing strength. That's why we see it as coming down. And that's how that's marked up. It's because this is losing strength. Now, these were both like just following along this way, like a channel. And it was, then we will see they'll come up because it'll be reversed. And that's how that be marked up. But it's supposed to come down. So I'm still waiting for it to come down. If I could have gotten a sell here, I would have. It's still, I could still probably sell this here now. But I don't sell JP225 because it's not my pair. This is Byron's pair that was marking up for him. So, but I don't even know what the pip count is. But if this is real, if this is what I'm thinking it is, that's a lot of money. I would have to talk to Byron about verifying this pip count. If it's like US 30, or is this like gold, or is this like any normal pairs? Because they're all different depending on what you're looking at. Is this really 3,000 pips? Or is it 30,000 pips? That's what I'm curious about. Golly. And then boom, inverted head and shoulder. Came out, came back inside of here. This might fail to be inverted head and shoulders because of this whole falling back inside of here, but we'll watch it. If this decides to come back up again, then this is the retest for this, and then it'll come up. But this is a strong wick, and it showed no signs of slowing down. So I don't perceive this to be a day where this comes up. This seems like one of those days where it's gonna retest and then drop for the rest of the day. Something similar to this candle here. It'll probably come up and then come back down and continually drop. So that's pretty sad for this one. And that's all I got. Nothing too crazy. Gold's finally breaking above. We're in the reversal. Anybody got any questions?